So, despite my desire to live anywhere except New Jersey, I ended up taking the job there because I had been so sold on working for IBM, and that's where I wanted to work. And it actually turned out that IBM was as good as advertised. If every company treated their employees the way IBM did, the world would be a better place. They did some things that made perfect sense, but compared to other companies, they sound radical. Like there were no set number of sick days. If you're sick, you're sick. And they just trusted the employees. And there were no set number of personal days either. If you just needed a day off, you call your boss. And, most bosses, I guess, well, I don't know about most bosses, but my boss was more than reasonable. And I think most were. And they had what they call an open door policy, where if you had an issue, you could go to your boss or your boss's boss or his boss, and they were required to see you. However, if you were afraid to do that, they also had something called a speak up, where you could fill out these forms, and they had them like on every hallway, and you would submit an anonymous complaint and you would get a response, and the system actually worked. Also, it was a really great economy the year I started, and they had hired a lot of people. So there were like a lot of people my age, and we just did everything together. We had a great social life, and it was all within the company. And also they had activities. They had intramural sports. And the teams ended up being another social activity because we'd all get to know each other and we'd all hang out together after the games. So of course I played softball and basketball, but then I also ended up playing volleyball, which turned out to have a huge impact on my life. But that's another story.